Doing well. Thanks for taking time to be on the Fightelte Report. And we'll kick things off. Are you excited for December 15th?
I am. I'm very excited.
All right. Yeah, not too far from where I live, the fights. I live in the city, so it's real close.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I can take the public transportation. It takes like 15 minutes maybe.
I've only been there once. It was for a concert.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a nice venue.
It is. I love their ceiling. It looks like outer space.
It does. Yeah, it definitely is. It'll be a fun event for the fight. You know what I mean? A fun venue for the fight as well. And we're excited for your upcoming fight. So I'm going to let everybody know that you are Anna Summers and you're taking on Kara Vislosky at Elite Amateur Fight League, December 15th. Check it out in Chicago, Aragon Ballroom, and of course, you've been training at Victory Martial Arts as well, and you do also work at a train station in Tinley Park. Still there? Doing kickboxing.
Yeah, I teach cardio boxing there.
Okay, that's been going well for you.
Yeah, I mean it's mainly a weight loss and also like physique competition type style gym. Okay. So I was just an added class to help them get their cardio in and weight loss.
Nice, nice. How long have you been doing that for?
I believe I started in, I think it was maybe July or August.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
They reached out to me, had seen some of my fights, and it was like a mutual friend on Facebook, and she was looking for someone to run a cardio class.
Cool, cool. Well, that's great that you had the opportunity. And you're training full time, right? Pretty much?
I do, yes. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so any free time that I have, I'm usually in my garage. We actually have a gym in there that my husband built for me, and and then or I'm at Victory.
But that makes things real convenient. I'm sure you have your hands
very.
As being a mother as well. I'm sure that you're really busy and occupied all the time.
Oh. Yes, I am. But I'm thankful my daughter likes to sleep in and she takes long naps. So most of the time if I'm training, she's asleep, so I don't have to spend too much time away from her.
That's good. Talk about Elite Amateur Fight League. Are you familiar with the team versus team concept? Have you watched any of the events before, and how excited to be a part of it?
I actually haven't seen their events, but I have done a little bit of some Facebook creeping.
Okay.
And social media, and I actually think it's a really cool idea. I know, like Bellator has that tournament style, and every fight league kind of has like their own thing, and I actually really like this. I think it's a good way of getting viewers involved and really into the sport, because martial arts, like when you're cage fighting, it's really, at the end of the day, it's really not a team sport. I mean, no, your teammates can't go in there and save you,
True.
But yeah, I think it's a really cool way of involving the fans.
Yeah, for sure. And I got to be a part of the first one they did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was, and it was a lot of fun.
Where was that one at?
It was all the way in Indiana, so now Illinois gets the home turf for this time. But they've had a couple seasons in between, so it's been a while. Yeah.
I think they had one in Arizona, too.
Yes.
That's the one I saw.
I know, they have them pretty far out as well. But I'm enjoying it because, I like to see, the best versus the best, and we get to see, people take each other on. It doesn't matter, where they're from, if they want to take on the best.
Yeah. I think it's really cool for amateurs, too, because, there's not a lot of amateurs that have the ability to travel. And this way, it brings them to us. Like, for me, for instance, it's kind of hard for me to travel with a 2-year-old right now.
Sure.
So this is another way to get someone from out of state to me.
Definitely. And you've got a tough girl in Kara, and she's had a lot of fights. So what are you expecting from her? Have you watched any of her past performances?
Yeah, I mean, I've actually, I've seen her fight in person I go to a lot of events. My husband's a head coach, so I've seen her fight. I think it was at the Hammond Civic Center, and then I've seen her. She was on another card in Indiana that one of my teammates fought on, but his was a pro fight, and so I saw that one as well. So it's kind of funny because like I just started competing, but I've kind of been watching her compete for the last like 4 years. So I'm actually really excited because, in my back of my head, I was like, you know what, one day I might fight her, and, it's happening. Yeah, so, I mean, I have an idea of what what she's about, and I have a really good coach and team behind me to, work around that. But, anything can happen. Anyone can come out differently than Fight Save. I'm ready for anything.
Definitely, yeah. We're excited for this one because, I mean, the Elite Amateur Fight League, they haven't featured any women's fights prior to this year, I don't believe.
No, yeah, that's what I was told by the in contact, and I think that's awesome, and I think it's awesome that we're going to be able to be on Fight TV, and I think it's a big opportunity for me as well, just to be put out there as a female athlete, and I'm excited. Like I don't know. I'm just really excited. I love opportunities. I want to take them and, make the best of them.
Sure. And then, it's been a while since you fought back in July, I believe you did your last fight. So that went your way. How did you feel about that victory?
I felt so, I think my biggest enemy is myself. I'm never content. So, there was a lot of things that I needed to do differently in that fight. Obviously, I won that fight. But for me, personally, I know my skill set. I know my talents. I'm a really hard worker. But I am really hard on myself. And I think that sometimes that can turn into uncomfortability when I'm under the spotlight. And so I think that the more that I get in the cage, the more comfortable I'm going to get, and the more people are going to see of who I truly am as an athlete. So I'm happy that I got the win. There's obviously things in that fight that I would like to have changed. I didn't feel my strongest in that fight. I felt a little bit muscled, which I didn't like. But other than that, I was proud that I moved my head, and I moved, and I threw strikes, and I'm not just a grappler, and I know I didn't really get to show that in my last fight, but I really think I'm going to get to show that in my next one.
Definitely. So, yeah, definitely was a big win for you, and you got done by armbar, so congratulations on that one. Moving forward, let's talk about how you have so much going on in your life. How do you manage to, be a full-time mother and being involved in MMA and training full-time as well?
I have wonderful people in my life. Let's just leave it at that. Reagan's godmother is actually the mother of one of my main training partners, Savannah Tarver. She is also a fighter, a very good one. And so Missy will come over, she will watch Reagan, and Savannah and I will train in the garage. Danny will coach us, or she'll watch her, and we'll drive together to victory. And I also have my parents will help me. They weren't super supportive of the whole fighting thing at first, but I think they see how happy it makes me, and how it makes me a better mom. It really does. Having a purpose and having something to work for, it allows me to really make the best of my time with my daughter, and to be a happy mom and fun, and because I'm a happy person. So I think that that's a big thing for me. For sure, yeah. You don't have to worry about too much boredom. No. Ready for fights. Also, I want to ask you about you fought Kristi Garr. Was your first fight? Yeah. I was there. Although you lost, but you were able to train with her at Totona, Michigan. Had a chance to train with her. So I don't actually intend on training with all of my all of my opponents, but the one thing that taking that fight, first off, you know, Kristi was at one point ranked number 5, I think it was, like, in the entire world for wrestling. Wrestling is, well, was, let's say, one of the biggest issues I had in my game, gapping the striking and the grappling. And, you know, I think I put a lot of pressure on myself for that fight. Also, being the coach's wife, I think I got that into my head as well. But also, like, I just was like, oh my gosh, she's going to be so good. She's going to wrestle, blah, blah, blah. And I think that mentally affected me in that fight. I mean, truly, that fight was not me at all. But at the same time, I put myself in a position to work my biggest flaw. And after that fight, her coach came up to me, and Kristi actually came up to me in the back, and we talked, and he was like, you know, if you ever want to come out and train, I was like, yep. And like literally like a week later, I contacted him, and I was like, hey, can I come out this month? I'd really like to train with you. And it's not so much that they were teaching anything different than I've already learned, but it was me going, again, out of my comfort zone to go put myself in a place where I had to strictly wrestle. So I took Kristi's wrestling class, and these girls were wrestlers. I mean, I got to wrestle Amanda Cooper, which was super cool. I got to wrestle with Kristi again and some of their other, you know, elite wrestlers. And, you know, got to show myself what I'm made of and to put myself in a position where I had to wrestle. You know, I couldn't just pull guard. You know, I couldn't just, you know, I couldn't just hit them, you know. You know, I try to fix all the areas that I lack, and I feel like that fight and that loss was meant to happen. And, you know, I got my first loss out of the way, and, you know, and I'm better because of it. So, yeah, and I'm really thankful for her and her team for inviting me out there, and then again letting me bring my teammates out there again recently.
Okay.
They're a really awesome team out there.
Yeah, definitely a great group of people. You know, quality people for sure, and that's great. They lend you a hand and showed you, you know, gave you some idea of what they go through as well.
Yeah, Kristi, we even talk all the time about how one day we're going to meet again at the pro level, and we're going to fight each other.
For sure. I mean, yeah, and that's the thing is, you know, you never know when that opportunity might happen again, for sure. And atomweight division is where you're at, right?
Yeah. I haven't like exactly made 105 yet, but I've gotten almost that low. Okay. I have some kidney issues, so I'm still kind of playing around with that weight class. But I definitely don't want to fight at 115. I'm just too small for that weight. Right.
So you feel like this is going to be a good fight for you, and you're going to be at 105 for this one?
No, this one's a catchweight 110. Yeah, Kara agreed to it, thankfully.
Right. But in the future, though, you feel
like in the future, you know, I actually, my next fight, I'm planning on taking 105. Right now, I have some things I have to do with the doctor, so I can't make 105, but I will be making 105 for my next fight.
Okay, best of luck with that, hopefully.
Thank you.
Hope everything goes your way and you stay healthy.
Yes, me too. That's the biggest thing for me, is staying healthy.
For sure. And then talk about what you use for recovery after a long training camp. Anything you use in particular?
Yes. So, again, another family friend that I have, his name's Dr. Rory Morello. He is out of Platinum Chiropractic in Palos Heights, and he does cupping. I get massage therapy there. I also do acupuncture, and he'll tape me up and work, you know, we'll do active recovery as well, and that's I do that once a week, sometimes twice if I have to, and I obviously do a ton of recovery on my own at home. And now Victory has also added a yoga class, which I intend to start taking. I took the last one this past Friday, and I really enjoyed it. So that's another thing that I plan on doing for my recovery. For
sure. And what can we expect in your fight when you take on Kara Vislosky, December 15th? Everybody check it out. Elite Amateur Fight League. It's Illinois versus Indiana.
You're going to see a finish.
Yeah.
Yep. A finish.
Looking forward to it. I'll be out there to cover the event as well. Is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Yes. Oh wow. Did you have the list of my sponsors? My very first fight, my husband was like, you should get sponsors. That's gonna help you. I get to get blood tests, my recovery. Get my hair braided, all the stuff. And little things, they add up. Even just running to the store after practice for electrolyte water starts to add up.
Right.
Things that you don't normally buy, recovery stuff. I only had 3 sponsors, and this year we had so many that we actually had to make a banner.
Wow.
Yeah, for this fight. So I have 10 sponsors. Bad Chicks is one of my main sponsors. That's Kristen Lee. She's awesome. They sponsor a lot of great fighters, Chris Cyborg.
Oh, really?
And that Pani Kianzad from The Ultimate Fighter right now. Yeah. But I do wanna thank Kelly Custom Decks, the Brown Cow in Forrest Park. Oh, sorry, I messed up. Danny, can you help me with your phone? All right. Bracken Box, Roll-Off Service, Bad Chicks, Red Line Pressure Washing, Steven Exhibits, Utility Transport Service, Platinum Chiropractic, which I talked about already, Tinley Auto, which is my father-in-law's business, and I believe that's it. Oh, wait, no, and TI Customs. That's actually a family that comes to our gym. They do mobile detailing, and they sponsored me as well. And they sponsor some of our other fighters as well.
Excellent.
Yeah, so thank you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving holiday as well.
You too, we did.
Yeah. And looking forward to December 15th, of course. Everybody check it out, Elite Amateur Fight League. And a summer takes on Kara Vislosky. And again, pleasure having you on the Fightelte Report, and you're welcome back anytime.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Anytime. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.